Alright, you guys, it's time for the spoiler talk of Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, this has been long anticipated by my good YouTube friend Parker Michael, and I'm finally here to talk spoilers about this. Now, let's talk about this. Where do we start? So at the beginning of the movie, Adrian Toombs and his salvage company are contracted to clean up the city, but the operation is taken over by the Department of Damage Control. This is taking place. This is following the Battle of New York City, and so Toombs, while being upset that he's been driven out of business, he persuades the employees to keep the technology that they have found and use it to create a sell advanced weapons. I like that. I like that. It was great. I think it's awesome. And it sets the motion in for Michael Keaton's character Vulture. And I think that was pretty good and pretty good. And I really think that was pretty cool. Let me just say that also, then we go to 8 years later, which Peter is drafted into the Avengers to help with a dispute, and then goes back to high school. And the high school aspects of this movie are pretty good. You get Peter and Ned being friends. It's not. I appreciate that it is not Harry Osborn, and it's pretty good, and I have to say that the Tom Holland and the friend, they do a really great job for it, and all of the high school scenes with them alone are pretty good. So I think that those were pretty good. We also get to see his relationship with Tony Stark and Iron Man, aka Iron Man, in this movie, and I have to say that the relationship between the two is just what this movie needed. Because people complain saying that this was going to be Iron Man Homecoming, Iron Man 4, but no, it's not. And the inclusion of Tony Stark is important because the relationship established between him and Peter Parker in Civil War, and Tony is he's basically a mentor figure. And then, not to mention, we also have Happy Hogan back, and we have cameos from Chris Evans, pretty cool, and Gwyneth Paltrow is back as Pepper, because we haven't seen Pepper in a long time. Now, let me just say that I like the love interest Liz. I don't see the hate why people say the hate towards Liz. I think Liz is pretty cool. She's pretty good. And we have Flash in here, and I like that. So I have to say that the best friend that Peter has is not Harry. I was very happy that they didn't do that, because we've seen Harry multiple times, and it changed pace. And also, the movie feels like a high school film with the high school scenes. We get to see that's Peter at his weakest, his vulnerable, and I like that. But I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about the scene. One night prevents. Okay, so these criminals rob ATM, and Spider-Man, he says that and his best friend finds secret identity. I thought that was pretty funny, and Peter Parker, Spider-Man, he says, "You guys aren't the Avengers." I laughed at that part. This movie has a lot of funny moments, and I and I do like the action scenes. The action scenes are great. I do love seeing all of that, and just pretty good, and I just enjoy seeing that. And Tony Stark, and this has a lot of intense moments in this movie with Peter, because there is even a scene of Tom Holland as Spider-Man crying, and you feel for the guy because he's just a kid. He can't do all of this by himself. That's what Spider-Man is, and I appreciated that. And Zendaya, I really do enjoy as Michelle. I don't get to hate towards her. I think she's really good as Michelle. Isn't she's not MJ? She's not Mary Jane Watson. So this is so yeah. But again, yeah. Marisa Tomei as May Parker. Again, it caused a lot of backlash, but she proved herself worthy. And I like the scenes between her and Peter. Those are really great scenes. I love those moments. Um, the action scenes are once again top notch. People say there's no intensity. There is intensity to all the action scenes, and also let me just say that I'm very impressed how Michael Keaton did as the Vulture. I thought he was not only great, but it was great to see him play another superhero after Batman. But but I liked him as Batman in the two Tim Burton movies. But in those movies, my only issue was that he killed. And I don't like Batman killing. I've said it more than once, so I don't have to explain myself, and I am not a hypocrite for saying that. I'm just saying my honest truth. But back to Vulture. They took a character who everyone made fun of from the 90s animated series, and they made him interesting. And he had a motivation. And the suit looked really good. I was satisfied with what they did with him. It was just magnificent. But the twist at the end of this movie, when you find out that Liz is the daughter of Michael Keaton, I was not expecting that. And then the scene at the end of the movie when Tony returns Peter's suit, he puts on at his apartment just as his Aunt May walks in. I was like, whoa, Marisa Tomei just found out. That was pretty funny. And then we have to go the Amazing Spider-Man 1 route, but done better. So, an incarcerated Gargan approaches Toombs in the prison, and it's heard that Toombs knows Spider-Man's real identity. That was a nice callback to the Amazing Spider-Man, because that needed to be done much better, because the 2012 Spider-Man reboot did not do it him. But the music's still great, and all of the action in here. But my favorite scene that made me laugh in this movie is the scene with Spider-Man at night, and he goes into this tent, and he says hi to these two little girls, and these two little girls are screaming because they think he's actually a spider. That was funny. That was funny. And again, there's a lot of funny moments, there's a lot of intensity moments, and the cast is great. Everyone does a good job. I am very, very happy with Spider-Man Homecoming. This brought the character back from a fate worse than death. And this new Spider-Man movie was much, much needed. This is a return to form. I I appreciate the lighthearted tone. I appreciate everything in this movie, and not only this movie was a hit, but this movie outdid The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 combined. Because now, thanks to this movie, I no longer have to watch The Amazing Spider-Man. Not the second one, just the first one. So yeah. And no, I don't. I'm gonna shut down the theory right now that Michelle is not Mary Jane. I'm shutting that down because I don't believe it. If we are to get Mary Jane in the future, and Gwen Stacy in the future MCU movies, my casting choices for Mary Jane Watson would be Catherine McNamara. I'm sorry, Bella Thorne. I like Bella Thorne, but I don't see Bella Thorne as Mary Jane Watson. But for Gwen Stacy, I see in live action, if you're going to do Gwen Stacy again, but don't kill her off, I see either Elle Fanning or Dove Cameron. I know. So, yeah, that's basically is going to be it for my Spider-Man Homecoming spoiler review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I still have some left. So let me know what you guys think about the sports all down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And if you like this, you can come here and we can all have a good time.